Welcome to the Jon and Heidi Show podcast.
Jon and Heidi.
Here's Jon and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, Jon?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is a Thursday. It is the 15th day of February. It's Annoy Squidward Day. So that's akin to what's that guy's name? SpongeBob SquarePants. Yeah, it's Hippo Day, International Angle Man Day, International Childhood Cancer Day, Love Reset Day. So it's like the day after Valentine's Day. Apparently, there are people that break up big time this time of year. Did you know that?
I did not.
Because they didn't get the proposal they were expecting, or they got the wrong gift, or they had. So apparently today's like a big breakup day. So it's Love Reset Day. National Gumdrop Day today. National I Want Butterscotch Day. Okay. Singles Awareness Day and Susan B. Anthony Day. All of those things happening. Oh, also Remember the Maine Day. All those things happening today. And it's a Thursday, which means we have a Dear Jon letter. And our Dear Jon letter is from Feisty Fiancé. This couple's getting married and are trying to decide, is it okay to still hang out with members of the opposite sex once you're married? One says, yeah. The other says, nah. You can chime in with your advice at facebook.com/Jon and Heidi Show.
Give yourself a little credit.
I've been telling you about bettercreditcards.com for a few years now. I'd love for you to take a few minutes today to check out the website. Who knows? You might find a better credit card, one that offers a better rate, or a credit card that offers cash back, airline miles, or other points and perks that can help you. Check it out now.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. It's Snack Food Month. In a survey, 90% of respondents admitted that they are snackers. Would you say you're a snacker?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're snackers. We shouldn't be, but we are. What is the most unusual snack combination you've ever seen somebody concoct? Here are some odd combos that our friends at Google told us about. Pringles and whipped cream.
Ew.
Cereal and orange juice. Okay.
Ew.
Cheese quesadilla and bananas, apples with salt and pepper. Okay.
Oh.
Vanilla ice cream and soy sauce.
Ew.
Those aren't even snacks. And orange juice with Oreos. Some of you people need help.
Yikes.
Some of you people need a lot of help. All right. Again, Snack Food Month. We're in the midst of it right now. I think a lot of that is because of the Super Bowl. Like there's a lot of snack food sold this year,
right,
this time of year. So, and I know there's some people who still have some of that stuff left from last week. So you might want to eat that today. Get it done. Get it out of there.
Or just toss it.
Well, that too. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
Insurance. It's important to have insurance, but it's more important to have the right insurance. After all, if you're not covered, it's like not even having insurance. Make sure you're covered for whatever claim might come your way with InsuranceChicken.com, helping you peck out great insurance deals in your area. You need insurance on your car anyway. Why not get great rates for great insurance from InsuranceChicken.com? That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Now with Heidi's photo on it. Heidi, did you know? How would you like to have your favorite song all set to play anytime you need it? It's known as a Spotify tattoo. Yeah, it's a thing.
I heard about this. It's like a thing you can just scan and it'll play it.
Yeah. On this program, every piece of content has a series of unique sound bars. It's a code meant for sharing the content using the camera function in their app. Some people are having this code tattooed on their arm or other body part. Then, when they hold their phone and it scans it, the song immediately plays. This should have been my weird news.
It's really kind of cute.
How is this not my weird news? Usually, it plays. A Wall Street Journal report says it works best when the tattoo has been done well. No kidding. And especially works well when a tattoo is fresh.
Yeah, I was going to say, as you age and your skin wrinkles and stretches and stuff, it probably doesn't work anymore.
Why is it playing Here Comes the Reaper? All right. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
Jon and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. Yellowstone is reportedly getting a big spinoff, potentially starring Matthew McConaughey. After the series comes to an end, there's talk of 3 people from the show reprising their role. Cole Hauser, who we've had on the program, Kelly Riley, and Scott Grimes, who we've had on the program. They could all be involved in a new series, but they're said to be waiting for cha-ching, a little more cash. They also say that Michelle Pfeiffer is being eyed as the lead female, and
Interesting.
Matthew McConaughey. is
McConaughey,
also-
I could see.
Yeah, but neither McConaughey or Pfeiffer have currently signed the dotted line, at least at the time this story was written. And CBS revealed the names of Survivor's upcoming contestants, people who are going to be fighting and scratching and clawing their way to $1 million of the sole survivor. In this cast, there's a Vegas slot machine salesperson, a musician, aerospace technician, a salon owner, some teachers, a software engineer, and a law student. Season 46 of Survivor premieres February 28th.
I honestly didn't even know that was still a
Yeah,
thing.
well, it's, there's people who like it. Big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com.
What could you do with an extra $129 a month? In this economy, every penny counts. So an extra $129 each month would absolutely help. Well, 97% of us have a cell phone, and the average person pays $144 a month. Mint Mobile can help you save a mint. At just $15 a month, that's an average savings of $129 each month. It's time for a Mintervention. Switch and save today. Get this special offer at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Heidi loves it when I have this list. It's called the Wise-Its. Mm-hmm.
Actually, some of these are kind of cute.
Usually she rolls her eyes and tells me, why do you always read these things? Just because they're sent to you doesn't mean you have to read them. So things like this. Why is it the severity of an itch is proportional to your inability to reach it?
That's true.
You ever notice that? Mm-hmm. Oh, and then you're trying to tell somebody, you're like, to the right. No, my right. No, you're right. No, left, up, down, around. How about this one? Why is it people look up when they think? Oh, I do that.
Yeah, I do too.
Have you ever tried to look down when you think? You can't think. Like you just
think.
You just look down to try it. All right. How about why is it medium is the only size that doesn't come in extra? Yeah, extra large, extra small.
Yeah.
I need an extra medium. Doesn't exist. Why is it the road signs that say slow children have a picture of a child running? It should be a child walking. I mean, it makes more sense. I think they mean to slow down because there are children.
True.
It doesn't mean that children are slow. How about this one? Why is it women marry men hoping they will change, but men marry women hoping they won't change?
That's true.
Here's the good news. You're both going to be angry because we change, they don't change. I mean, it all works out. In the end, just make sure you marry somebody that you can be with for the rest of your life, like I have. Oh. Why is it when you stand on your head, your face turns red, but when you stand on your feet, your legs don't turn red? Why is it when a lawyer writes a 10,000-word document, they call it a brief? And her final, why is it? Oh, Heidi just rolled her eyes. Apparently, you're glad I'm done with this. Why is it biker gangs chain their wallets to their pants? Is anyone really dumb enough to try to pickpocket a biker? All right, several whys-its. It's your scoop of the day. Comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-310-5831. 800-310-5831. That's 800-310-5831.
And it's time right now for Dear John Letters.
Dear John, dear John.
All right, I'm pretty sure we're going to be on the same page on this one, but I don't know. I guess we'll find out here in a moment. Dear John, my fiance and I are about to get married, and we have discovered we have major issues between us. One issue is whether or not we should be able to hang out alone with friends of the opposite sex. Heidi's already shaking her head no. One of my best friends is a female. My fiance dislikes her because she thinks my friend likes me. One of my fiance's friends is a guy. We've never gotten along. My fiance and I have been arguing over whether or not we should still be allowed to go out alone with our friends. She is absolutely against it. I actually have no problem with it. Should a couple not go out alone with friends of the opposite sex after they get married? ? I would like to hear your stance on this. Signed, Feisty Fiance. I'm going to actually yield the floor to Heidi on this one because it looked like you want to bite your lip off over there.
I do think you should still be able to keep your friends of the opposite sex, but there shouldn't be any reason at all that you can't go out with your spouse
go out as
and
couples.
your friends.
Yeah.
If there's a friend of yours saying, I don't want your spouse with you,
that's a problem.
That's a problem.
That's what they call a red flag in the biz.
Yes.
So here's one of the things that I would say. When you and I first met, the good news is I had no friends, so that helped.
That made it easier.
It made it much easier. And I got along with all your friends, so that was pretty easy. So, no, there were friends.
Most of my friends were guy friends.
Yeah, and honestly, when I was younger, most of my friends were girls as well.
And I never, I mean, if we do hang out with them, it's because we're together, and they come with both of us.
It's part of the package. It's a package deal. So
I think you would have a problem if I said, I'm going out with this guy and you can't come.
Well,
and I think that's just a normal reaction.
If I can't go, that's one thing. But if I'm invited to go and I go, I'm not able to, or I don't want to, or whatever, that's a whole different thing. But yeah, if I ever was told that I'm not allowed to go somewhere, like, I don't know, like on vacation to Cancun, we'll just use that just as a random example.
That wasn't with somebody of the opposite sex. And I would never do that. You would have divorced me if I said, hey, me and Tom, we're going to Cancun for a week. See you later.
I'm just being silly. She met up with a dear friend of hers. And here's the thing that really stinks. I didn't get to go with because her dear friend's husband is a jerk and he wasn't invited. So that meant I wasn't invited. I'm like, I feel like this doesn't seem fair to me. Oh, by the way, Paul, if you're listening, how you doing, buddy? He knows he's a jerk. So anywho, let's get back to this thing here. So the questions that were asked here. Should a couple not go out alone with friends of the opposite sex after they get married? No, you shouldn't. I think it's a horrible idea. I would like to hear your stance on this. I think you just did. You heard my stance. It
will cause problems.
If you would like to chime in, because you know what? There are other people who might go, oh, I think you guys are old-fashioned and this is a crazy idea. You are welcome to chime in with your advice at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. And here's the thing that I will tell you. I know some people who have been down this road, this exact same road, every single time. These are just the people I know. Every single time it ended in divorce. So if you want to be married, be married. If you want to stay single and go hang out with the guys
then
or hang out with the girls, then, don't do that. And again, if it's guys going to hang out with guys, that's one thing. But when it's a girl hanging out with guys or guys hanging out with a bunch of girls, that, again, it's not even what you do. It's how it appears and what could happen. And putting yourself in a situation.
And how the person left sitting at home who's wondering what's going on feels.
And you're putting yourself in a situation where if something happens, it could look like you did something wrong. Even if you had nothing, you didn't do anything. But boy, it didn't look good.
And especially this day and age, you just don't put yourself in a situation. Just like you would never have a closed door meeting with someone like of the opposite sex because you don't know what they could accuse you of or what they could say.
Yeah, who knows? You, again, are welcome to chime in with your advice, which is going to probably be way better than my advice. I got to just say, by the way, we've had a lot of good responses on our letters lately. I want to say thank you to all of the people who do that take the time to go over and chime in. And you can do that now with this letter if you'd like. And you can send a letter for next week, same place, facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
Give yourself a little credit.
I've been telling you about BetterCreditCards.com for a few years now. I'd love for you to take a few minutes today to check out the website. Who knows? You might find a better credit card, one that offers a better rate, or a credit card that offers cash back, airline miles, or other points and perks that can help you. Check it out now.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to BetterCreditCards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
When you become really close to someone, you can hear their voice in your head when you read their text messages. I hear your voice all the time.
Yeah,
it's usually because you're sitting next to me most of the time. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The use of capital letters to denote shouting dates back to the 19th century.
Oh.
That's kind of cool.
That's interesting.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Compared to how it looks in the northern hemisphere, the moon appears upside down in the southern hemisphere. That means the man in the moon looks more like a rabbit in the southern hemisphere.
Okay.
That's pretty
interesting.
Cool. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
At one time, any given time, about 0.7% of the world's population is drunk.
No.
I'll bet there are times when that's much higher than that.
Oh, yeah.
Like
depending on the day.
New Year's Eve, probably. Yeah. I don't know, probably others.
No, I'm sure.
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. Several fun facts. Now, thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Insurance. It's important to have insurance, but it's more important to have the right insurance. After all, if you're not covered, it's like not even having insurance. Make sure you're covered for whatever claim might come your way with InsuranceChicken.com, helping you peck out great insurance deals in your area. You need insurance on your car anyway. Why not get great rates for great insurance from InsuranceChicken.com? That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question for you, Heidi. According to a poll, the biggest pet peeve at the gym is people taking selfies, followed by this. This should be the number one, by the way. What is the second biggest pet peeve at the gym?
Oh, my gosh. I don't know.
Naked people walking around in the locker room, talking to people.
Oh, my gosh.
If you do that,
stand that,
stop doing that.
Yes.
Ugh.
That's way worse than selfies.
It's way worse. Here's how you get them to stop doing that. Just start taking selfies in there. You want to stand right behind me? Hang on a second. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
What could you do with an extra $129 a month? In this economy, every penny counts. So an extra $129 each month would absolutely help. Well, 97% of us have a cell phone, and the average person pays $144 a month. Mint Mobile can help you save a mint. At just $15 a month, that's an average savings of $129 each month. It's time for a Mintervention. Switch and save today. Get this special offer at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A man claims to have eaten nothing but servings of the famous $1.50 hot dogs from Costco for a week, and he lost 4 pounds. He's a content creator who goes by the name Sir Yacht. He charted his entire journey to eat his way through 29 hot dogs in a 7-day period in his video. The 30-year-old claims that he spent just over $43 for his week of hot dog meals, compared to the $164 the average millennial spends on food each week. The $1.50 deal has been a favorite of the chain for years. Costco's pledged to hold the price despite the rising tide of inflation. Plus, it comes with a drink and a bunch of samples if you walk around.
Love them.
But he's saying he did this and he lost 4 pounds by doing that in a week. So do you think he's eating the buns too, or just the dogs?
Well, he would have to eat the bun too. Otherwise, that's not. I mean, unless he's saying flat out, I didn't eat the buns, and that's how I lost weight. He's got to be eating the buns too.
Well, he's an influencer, Heidi. They don't have rules. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Time now for the list, brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. New data highlights the 10 most anticipated concert tours of the year. Do you have any concerts that you're excited about for this year? That's not
Kenny Loggins' final tour.
I don't see him on the list, Heidi.
I wouldn't
I'm so
mind
sorry.
seeing that again.
So sorry. Okay, I'm going to do the top 10 here. Andrea Bocelli. Median ticket price for the 14 events that Andrea has, $519.67. Garth Brooks comes in at number 9, $545. Billy Joel, $560. Morgan Wallen, $619. Bad Bunny, $661. The Eagles, $731. Olivia Rodrigo, $734. Now we're getting into the 4 digits.
Holy
the top 3,
cow.
U2, $1,182.
Yeah, that would be an amazing
Our
show.
son would love to go to that. Adele, $2,079.
What?
Per ticket. That's the median ticket price. There's 32 concerts she's doing this year. And the number 1, everybody say it with me, Taylor Swift. 18 concerts, her median ticket price, $3,525 for a concert. You can see all the details in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-310-5831. 800-310-5831. That's 800-310-5831.
Now your quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Rita Mae Brown is who our quote is from today. Rita Mae says, the statistics on sanity are the 1 out of every 4 Americans is suffering from some sort of mental illness. Think of your 3 best friends. If they're okay, then it's you. Yeah, here's the thing. My best friends, they're all crazy. So I think we skew that statistic just a bit. Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It's a really cute story. It comes your way courtesy of the all-new GenesisGoldIRA.com. Now featuring a photo of Heidi Small.
Oh my gosh.
I just think it's really adorable. I wish... I'm going to have to see if I can get them to swap it out with a better photo. I didn't know what they were doing with it. They're like, you got a picture of you guys? I'm like, yeah, I got a picture of us. So over here is the story. Grandma shares 20 years of voice messages from her granddaughter, and you'll be sobbing, it says. I got choked up listening to it. Did you?
No, I didn't.
You
get
didn't?
choked. No, but
Here's the thing you need to know about Heidi. In most people, in their chest where there's a heart, she doesn't have one of those. So she's cyborg or something. Well, I'll read to you. If you want to hear it, you can click on the link in the show notes. I've got it. A recent heartwarming video took us on an emotional journey through 2 decades of love between a grandmother and a granddaughter. Grandmother saved 18 voice messages from her granddaughter, dating back to the tender years of childhood. The first message, you could barely understand what she was saying. Just a kid. She's probably 2 or 3 years old. Just a little itty-bitty, cute little kid voice, all the way up to some age in her 20s. A video shared is nothing short of a poignant masterpiece, reminiscent of the touching scene from the movie Interstellar, where Cooper watches the messages from his children that he missed during the interstellar travels. From getting her first scooter to getting her first job, these voice messages paint a vivid picture of the granddaughter's journey from childhood to adulthood. In comments, one person said, "Hearing her voice grows older got me." And another one said,
"You're crying just reading this.
This is so special. I'm sobbing," wrote John Small. Okay, that's not me. Here's the thing. I just think of our kids.
I know.
And I wish that we would have done this.
Yeah.
It's so cool that this grandmother kept all these voicemails on an answering machine, nonetheless. It's not like she had these on a hard drive. It's a telephone answering machine. When you see the video, you'll go, how did she keep that for 20-some years? Anyway, I've got a link to it. It's in the show notes.
It is really cute. It didn't make me cry.
Turning your microphone off. You just go away. You can see the thing in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.